Hi, I'm Lynn Bridgeford from the HIIT Clinic and HIIT Yoga, and today in our quick and easy workout series we're going to be looking at a workout for the calves. So we're going to do strengthening as well as HIIT, so high intensity, low intensity, and then followed by a detailed stretch. You may need a block or a book to stand on, or a step, and a belt or a dressing gown cord. Join me in a minute. Starting with a little prance, you can do it on the spot. You can lift the knees up if you want, that's more in the calf. And we're going to be doing this prance, getting warmed up with a HIIT. So you're going at high intensity, on the spot, pointing the toes, working through the calves, about 20 seconds. And then we're taking the lower intensity, pointing the toes as we lift up, a little bit of a prance. Getting that work in the calves, and then taking the high intensity. You can do it without jumping if you like, just do it on the spot, pointing the toes, peeling them off the floor, getting the work in the calves, going at a high intensity. A little bit of a lilt makes it easier, getting all warmed up with the HIIT. High intensity first of all, and then lower intensity, peeling the feet off the floor. Bending the knees a little, lift the heel up and press forwards and press the foot down. We're getting the strength work in the calf, in the big calf muscle at the back, which is the gastrocnemius, and a little bit more so in the deeper one, the soleus, because of the bent knee. We can do the straight one later when you have something to hold on to. So getting some pressure against the floor and getting that strength work in the calf. And on the other side, bend the knees, press the toe into the floor and bring the heel up, so we're activating a little bit of the gastrocnemius, that big muscle that attaches down with the Achilles onto the heel, and underneath it the soleus, which we're getting more into at the moment with the bent leg. Put some pressure down into the floor. You should feel that working. So taking a similar position and bending the knee, bringing the body forwards, we're going to be stretching more in that deeper muscle, the soleus. Breathe into it. You can hold on to something if you need for balance. Remember, when we stretch, we relax, so we're relaxing the back of the calf. And the other side, bend the back leg as well, feel the deep stretch. You might want to bring your body forwards a little, just feel where you feel the sweetest stretch, deep in the calf. Stay there, breathe into it, relax in the calf. So holding on to something if you need to, legs straight, quadriceps engaged, the kneecaps and thighs lifting. We're coming up and down, so going at a pace. Find a pace that works for you, that you can do, going straight up and down, using those calves. You may not go terribly fast here, but get the high intensity. We don't want to tire the muscle too much. And then going low intensity, rising up and down, up and down, up and down, and going at high intensity again. Doesn't matter if you don't lift up all the way, get that working, get those muscles working, those big calf muscles, going at high intensity, getting the heart rate up, and then lower intensity. Come up and down, up and down, up and down. We're going to push the feet into the floor and use that as a strength, coming all the way up and then all the way down. For those who wear high heels, these muscles will be quite developed already, and also in ballet dancers. So push the floor away, stay there, and come down. And again, push the floor away and come down. Push the floor away Work those muscles using the core as well, and come down. One more. Push the floor away and come down. To stretch, we can take a deep lunge with the back leg straight behind us, bending on the front leg, sinking that heel down into the floor. If it doesn't go all the way, don't worry. We're aiming to keep the foot straight. And breathe into it. Reach the leg away. Keep your tailbone long. Keep the spine in a good alignment. And breathe into it. There are many ways of stretching. This is one. And on the other side, reaching the leg away, lengthening the tailbone, toe facing forwards, and feel a stretch down the back of the calf. Pushing the heel away, straightening in the leg if you can. Sinking the heel down into the mat. If it doesn't touch the mat, you might want to put something underneath to give a little bit of support, a rolled up towel, so you have something to work against. And release. So if you can sit with your legs straight in a good posture, feet apart, we can do it this way, or you could sit in a chair. So we're going to straighten the legs and we're going to work the outsides and then the insides. So it's like drawing a smiley face. So get the form first, and then we're going to do that at speed. The movement's coming from the knee and below, and careful not to get cramp. If you start to get any cramp, just slow down, have a stretch. And we're getting this at speed. You might feel a little bit of burn coming in the calf. Smiley toes. And then taking the low intensity, check the form, get the heart rate down again. And we're not just making an incidental movement, we're really going to the edges of where you can with that foot to draw a smiley, and going again at pace. It won't be quite as controlled when we're at a high intensity. See if you can keep the upper leg still and just be moving the feet to work the tibialis muscles and the peroneals. Getting that pace, and then taking the lower intensity. I'm bracing myself a little bit on my arms to keep the stability. And we're going to do a similar move, this time drawing a grumpy face. So up and over. And we're doing that at pace. I'm bracing with my arms, aiming to keep the upper leg still as possible. And it's really the feet and a little bit of the lower leg moving. Making that grumpy face out and in, out and in. Feel it working. Take care if you have any ankle injuries or foot injuries. You may not go this far. Just make sure that whatever you do works for you and you come out feeling good. And taking a lower intensity, check the form, draw those grumpy faces, grumpy toes and smiley toes. And then we're going at speed again. There will be a little bit of movement in the upper leg, but not too much, particularly when you get a bit tired. Don't worry, just see if you can bring the focus back to the feet moving. And I'm bracing with my hands and with my core, bringing all the focus into the calves and taking the lower intensity. And getting the heart rate back. To strengthen on the inner side, we're going to push the foot in and a little bit up, and we're going to stabilize the other foot to push against it. So it is quite subtle. That's the movement we're doing, and we push, 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 push. Keep the knee engaged so that the upper thigh is straight, and relax. And again, push. This leg is stabilizing. Push, 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 and relax. You should feel it all the way, working up the inner muscles, and relax. And again, push into that foot and let go. This one is going to be doing the work now, going inwards. This one stabilizes. So we push in and slightly up against the opposite leg, working the inside of the calf. And relax. And push in and release, keeping a good alignment with the upper legs. Push to get that strength. Push, 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 and release. And once more. And push and release. To do the strength on the outer calf, you can use something else to stabilize. The other foot is generally a good thing. So the foot working is going to be going out to the side and lifting up, and the foot that's resisting is just holding there. So we're pushing out and up, and push, 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 and release. And again, push up. We're working all up the outside of the perineals, and release. And again, push, 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 and release. And once more, push, 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 and release. And on the other side, cross the leg over to support against the outside of the foot, and the working one is going out and up. So stabilizing with the core and lifting up in the kneecap and thigh on the working leg. So pushing out against the other leg, activating, working that outer calf. And relax, and again push out and up. These are the perineals, and relax, and push out and up, and relax, and again push out and up, push, 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 relax, and once more push out and up, and release. Shake the legs out a little. You might like to give the calves and the shins a little rub, ease them out. The stretch is subtle and careful. Bring the belt around the ball of the foot, and I'm just going to lift on the outside arm. The kneecap and thigh are engaged, and we're stretching on the inside of the thigh. So doing that little tilt in the ankle. Take care if you have injuries in your ankle. This is good on a functional, healthy ankle. And then we're going to do the other way. So we're going to pull the belt with the inner arm. The foot is flexed as though it's up, standing up against a wall, and we're stretching, so this time on the outside. These are the ligaments you would overstretch in a sprain, and we want to be in our comfort zone and just feeling a good stretch. So although the kneecap and thigh is lifting, the lower leg is relaxed. And release. And on the other side, we're going to have the foot as though it's up against a wall, and I'm pulling a little on the outer arm to get that stretch through the inside of the leg. It is subtle, and you should still feel it. So breathe into it, be focused of your leg being straight and your joints feeling okay, and release, and drawing in on the inner arm. So we're drawing that foot in and up and giving a stretch up the outer side of the calf. Breathing into it and release. So mixing it up a little, we're going to bend and straighten, doing a little prance at speed, a few bent, a few straight. We don't need to lift the legs up very far, because we lift them up using more of the thigh, and we're working more in the calf muscles. And taking the low intensity and going again at high intensity. Work out for you how much straight and how much bent you want to do. Feel those calves working. Feel the heart rate coming up. And then lower intensity, some bent, some straight. On the edge of a step or a book or a block, something to hold on to if you need it. And we're going up, strengthening, and relax down. Push the floor away with the toes and come back down. Also good for your balance and your core. Push into the toes, and again push into the toes and release. And we can do that with a bent leg, both legs bent, and we lift one up and then the other. Just like we did earlier, we've got the added bit of balance with it. Pushing, working with the strength. And release. So for the stretch, with the heels off the edge of your block or your step, allow the heels to come down. So we're stretching through the calf. You could also do that one and then the other, bringing the heel down, bending the other one. So we're stretching one at a time. We want to feel it's a good, sweet stretch without pain. So stretching needs to feel good and like a good release. Find what works for you, and we can do that with bent knees and stretch the heels down. I would do this one both together and then come back up. Bend the knees and sink the heels down, stretching in the soleus, that deep calf muscle. Come back up, and once more, sink the heels down and come back up. We're working one part of the body mainly, everything else is involved in supporting that. Thank you so much for joining me. That's just a few quick and easy exercises to give a workout for your calves, to stretch, to strengthen and HIIT. So building up that fat burning, muscle building and getting you in a good cardiovascular state. Enjoy your workouts. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, like, write in the comments below, and go across to my other channels. I have Instagram, Lynn Bridgeford. I have Facebook channels for the clinic, for the yoga, and interact with me on all the channels, and I would be happy to connect with you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Thank you so much.